The Knicks just lost a heartbreaker in Game 6, and I'm here to break it all down. All that and much more on the Knicks Digest. What's up, guys? It's your boy Dariel from Knicks Digest. Listen, man. Josh Hart going down could be one of the worst injuries out of all of the injuries that we had. Randall, OG Anunoby, Bogdanovich, Mitchell Robinson, Jalen Brunson is playing hurt. Josh Hart might be the most important injury on the roster. I don't know what the hell the injury is. Everybody is saying Cassidy Hubbard reported that it's some abdominal strain, and I don't even know what the injury is, but all I can say is that if Josh Hart is not ready to go in Game 7, we're in huge trouble. Tonight, Josh Hart only played 31 minutes, and probably half of those minutes he was trying to gut it out, but you can see that he was obviously in pain. There were certain points in the game where Josh Hart would normally go after the ball. If it was a 50-50 ball, if it was a rebound, if it was just him driving down the lane, and Josh Hart just did not look the same. And Game 7 is on Sunday at 3:30 Eastern Time, which is another thing that we have to take into account because there's like a 36, 38-hour turnaround. And now Josh Hart is another body that we're going to have down. I don't know we're like the LA Clippers of the East. There's some sort of curse, there's some sort of juju on this organization that doesn't allow us to be great. The last time the Knicks were in the Eastern Conference Finals was in the 99-2000 season, and of course, if we had all of our main players, no question in my mind, we would be 100% an Eastern Conference Finals team. That means Julius Randle being healthy, OG Anunoby being healthy, Bogdanovich, Mitchell Robinson, Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson not dealing with this whatever injury that he's dealing with his foot. Like, the Knicks, everything was breaking our way. Oh my God, man. Josh Hart. I can't believe Josh Hart ended up getting hurt. And I don't even know what the injury was. Like, it looked like somebody barely touched his abdominal and maybe it was already sore. And then if Pascal Siakam hit it with his elbow or Nembhard, I don't know who hit him. But if they just aggravated it and just made it worse, then of course, that's just something else that we're going to have to deal with. I mean, as far as the Knicks tonight, Jalen Brunson, he ended the game with 31 points, but honestly, Jalen Brunson, he kind of didn't really look like himself. The second half, he definitely had a better half, but in the first half, I believe he was 2 for 2 for his first field goals, and then he was 0 for 10 for the next 10 field goal attempts. It just wasn't a good look. Like I said, he ended the game with 31 points, ended the game 11 of 26 from the field, 3 of 8 from three-point land, 6 of 9 of his free throws. Again, in one of the previous videos, I mentioned how Jalen Brunson, low-key, has been a little iffy with his free throws. Tonight, 3 free throws obviously is not going to make the difference in a 116-103 final, but I just would have liked to see Jalen Brunson convert all 9 of his free throws. He ended the game with 5 assists and 1 rebound. I mean, Deuce McBride had a pretty good game, 20 points, 8 of 12 from the field, 4 of 6 from three-point land, no free throws, grabbing 2 rebounds, dishing out 1 assist. Man, I feel like Deuce's work mainly came in the first half, and now with Josh Hart being out, and now with Josh Hart being injured, now in Game 7, the responsibility of Deuce, Dante, and Jalen Brunson is going to be even more intensified, and Deuce McBride is going to have to come up even more big, and I just don't know if Deuce McBride has that in his game. I mean, Dante tonight, 17 points, 6 of 14 from the field, 3 of 8 from three-point land, 2 of 3 from the free throw line, dishing out 2 assists, grabbing 4 rebounds. Listen, man, tonight, for all intents and purposes, you could tell that the Knicks were really trying to come out and get this win and trying to wrap it up and face Boston on Tuesday. But Indiana, they're just a different team at home, man. At home, Indiana, it's like they know how to play. Tyrese Halliburton, he has a clone that only plays at Indiana home games. Tyrese Halliburton tonight, he ended the game with 15 points, dishing out 9 assists, grabbing 6 rebounds, 6 of 12 from the field, 3 of 8 from three-point land, no free throws, 12 field goal attempts. Still, Tyrese Halliburton I don't know what's up with that guy. That guy, I don't know. Jalen Brunson has been absolutely cooking him the entire series. 12 field goal attempts. I get it. Like, he's more of a player that's going to put his teammates in the best position possible. But when you're the best player and when you're the leader of the team, you need to take more than 12 field goal attempts. I mean, in Game 5, he was an absolute ghost. That him and the Indiana Pacers, I don't know what was up with that team. But Tyrese Halliburton, they were able to get away with the win tonight. But the reason why they won, you can't really say that it was because of Tyrese Halliburton. If anything, you could say Obi Toppin, you could say TJ McConnell, 15 points, 7 of 13 from the field, 1 of 1 from free throw, 0 of 1 from three-point line, dishing out 4 assists, grabbing 2 rebounds. Obi Toppin, who's looking like Dominique Wilkins out there, dunking on everybody, dunking on Isaiah Hartenstein, throwing the ball through the hoop, hoop, having a reverse dunk, contributing 11 points, 5 of 6 from the field, 1 of 2 from three-point land, dishing out 1 assist, 4 rebounds. Miles Turner is always having at least one poster every game. Miles Turner, 17 points, 6 of 10 from the field, 1 of 3 from three-point land, 4 of 5 from his free throws, grabbing 8 rebounds, dishing out 3 assists, and of course, Pascal Siakam, 25 points, who is kind of their best player, even though Tyrese Halliburton is kind of getting the nod as the best player. But Pascal Siakam has been the best player this entire series. 25 points, 11 of 21 from the field, 0 of 2 from three-point land, 3 of 4 from his free throws, dishing out 5 assists and grabbing 7 rebounds. I swear, man, Pascal Siakam has one move. If he's in the post, it's 2 dribbles and a spin-off. I don't understand why. I mean, Josh Hart tonight was kind of hurt, so I don't really think he was on Pascal Siakam as much. But then when I saw Dante on him, I saw Deuce on him at times, even though Deuce is like, 5 inches shorter than Pascal. Pascal Siakam has one move. It's a spin-off. Every time he goes to a spin-off and he flails his arm and he starts yelling at the ref, he is so infuriating because ever since I've seen him with the Toronto Raptors, I have not seen his game grown to the effect of what I would like to see in a projected number 1 option or number 2 option, even though I think honestly he's a number 3 option. But Pascal Siakam, man, it's a spin move every single time. He's going to dribble with it. He's going to 2 dribbles with his left hand going into the middle, and he's going to spin off his left shoulder. Just anticipate that and meet him there, and just try not to foul. Put your hands straight up. Now, Game 7, like I said, is on Sunday at 3:30. Now, the one thing that we have going further is that the Indiana Pacers, they do not know how to play on the road. Everybody on the road, their 2 best players, Tyrese Halliburton and Pascal Siakam, it's like something overcomes them, and they get, I don't know if it's the lights, I don't know if it's the pressure, I don't know if it's the intensity, but something just makes them not play on the road. And on top of that, throw a Game 7 in the Garden with the crowd going crazy. And like I said in the previous video, in Game 7, in the Garden, whoever is going to that game and watching this video, we need you to come up big. We need you to give the energy to the players. All of the energy that we have, we need to muster it, and we need to give it to all the players, because we don't know how intense this Josh Hart injury is. And if Josh Hart is not able to play, or if he's playing at an obvious 20%, Josh Hart is the heart and soul of the team. He is the reason, he is one of, if not the biggest reasons why we've been able to come so far in this playoffs. And if we lose Game 7 at home to the Indiana Pacers, who do not play defense, who 100% don't deserve to move on to the next round against the Boston Celtics, if we lose Game 7 in the Garden, I can't even fathom the words of how disappointed I'm going to be. The Indiana Pacers absolutely do not deserve to move on to the next round against the Boston Celtics. If by some miracle they win Game 7, they're going to get smoked. I give them a gentleman's sweep. I give them 5 games. But the thing is, Boston, man, I don't know, man. They're also a little up in the air. Mentally, I don't really trust them. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, I've listened to a podcast earlier today, and I believe in the last 8 years, they've been to 6 conference finals with no titles. That's kind of crazy. But if anything, I think the New York Knicks deserve to move on to the next round. Even though we're probably going to get smoked by the Boston Celtics, maybe a gentleman's sweep, I still think the Knicks deserve to move on to the next round, because the Knicks deservingly have been the best team in this series. When you talk about hustle, when you talk about grit, when you talk about just wanting it more, the Indiana Pacers, I don't know, man. Sometimes I still think that they think they're in the regular season. And I'll tell you this, Jalen Brunson, I know that you're gimpy. I know you're dealing with a sore foot, even though we don't exactly know what the injury is. But Jalen Brunson, Game 7 in the Garden, this is where you make your fame. This is where you bring your name and your game and you make your fame. You need to go God mode. Dante, I'm not going to let you off the hook as well. Dante DiVincenzo, you need to be the Robin to Jalen Brunson's Batman. We need you to have anywhere between 20 to 25 points in Game 7. Jalen Brunson, you need to go God mode, and that means a 40-burger ball. Deuce McBride, you need to be the Alfred to Dante DiVincenzo's Robin and Jalen Brunson's Batman. Deuce McBride, you need to have anywhere between 15 to 20 points. Tonight you had a good game, even though most of the points came in the first half. But Josh Hart, man, with Josh Hart's injury and us not knowing how intense that injury is, we need all hands on deck, because we do not deserve to lose to the Indiana Pacers in a Game 7 at home in the Garden. Tibbs, you're not off the hook as well. I feel like one of the keys to getting a Game 7 win at the Garden is the pace of play. We need to slow the game down, especially with everything that we're dealing with. Josh Hart, I don't know if he's playing or not. Josh Hart, if he's going to play, he's going to be playing at what, 20, 30, 40%? Jalen Brunson is still dealing with his sore foot. And obviously Bogdanovich and all the rest of the players that we don't have. I think that one of the keys is we have to slow the game down. We got to bring it back to a throwback 90s Knicks game, and we really got to grit it out. We got to make it dirty. We got to make it murky. We got to be extremely physical with them, because if there's one thing that we know about this Indiana Pacers team, they don't like when the physicality ramps up. Every time they play at the Garden, the physicality ramps up and they just wither. So Coach Tibbs, I'm going to be watching you. I'm going to be watching the ATOs you draw up out of the timeouts. I'm going to be watching the plays that you draw up, the defensive schemes that you draw up. And Coach Tibbs, don't think that you're off the hook. I'm going to be watching you in Game 7. But guys, that's it for today's video. Game 6, I know it's a disappointing loss, but the one thing that we have going for us is that we have one more opportunity, and that one more opportunity is at the Garden. At the Garden, where we have the best fans in the world. Like I said earlier, if you're watching this video and you're going to attend Game 7, make sure you bring that energy. Brunson, Dante, Deuce, Isaiah Hartenstein, they're going to need it, and we deserve to move on to the next round to play the Boston Celtics. But guys, that's it for today's video. You know the drill, you know the vibes. Taj Gibson for president. Jalen Brunson, we need you to go God mode, baby. We need you to go God mode in Game 7. And Jalen Brunson for all the MVPs. Deuce is loose. We need you to be the Alfred to Dante's Robin. Jalen Brunson's Batman. We need you to come up big. And until next time, guys, I'll check you out in the next video. Go Knicks, baby. Game 7. Let's get it. Peace.